Now we want to spend some time learning more about the stars of the shows and the other ponies you can find on Assateague.
So Kelly Taylor is the supervisor with the Maryland District Division of Interpretation and Education. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to get around to talking about what you brought in with us because there's some really cool stuff here that you need to know about. First, though, not all of the horses participate in the penning, right?
Correct.
Why?
Correct. Well, there's actually two different herds of horses on Assateague. There's the Virginia herd and the Maryland herd. And the Virginia herd are the horses that participate in the penning. Those horses are privately owned by the Assateague Volunteer Fire Company, and they're the ones that each year go to auction. And part of why they go to auction is because that's how they manage the size of the herd. On the Maryland end of the island, the horses we manage the herd size through birth control. So we don't need to take the horses to auction. So we've got 87 horses in our herd right now, and we have 3 new foals, and we're expecting still one more for the year. So.
Yeah, I saw one of the new foals just yesterday. It was
yes,
so adorable.
So cute,
okay,
yeah.
so the pony penning helps the Virginia herd, helps them thin it out a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the difference between the two herds. There's a big difference.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes and no, because they all come from the same stock. The horses were left behind, or were put on the island, I should say, by colonists in the 1600s who were trying to avoid paying taxes. So just through time, you know, and through basically fences that we've put up, we've got the Maryland herd and the Virginia herd. So the Maryland herd is owned by the public and managed on the public's behalf by the National Park Service. These horses don't receive veterinary care. We don't provide them with water. They're basically free-roaming wild animals. On the other side of the coin, the Virginia herd is obviously they're privately owned by the Assateague Volunteer Fire Company. They are the herd size is maintained, again, as I mentioned, through auction, and because they are sold at auction, they are vetted several times a year, and they're rounded up several times a year to make sure that the horses remain in good health.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is a busy time of the year for Assateague. Tons of people on the
Yes.
What can the people do to stay safe?
Well, we always encourage people, even though the signs say at least 10. The signs say to stay at least 10 feet away. We really encourage people to stay more like a school bus length away. And that's for a lot of reasons. First of all, horse fights and scuffles start in the blink of an eye. So you might be, if you're trying to get too close to the horse to take a selfie or whatever, and a horse fight breaks out, then you're caught in the middle of it. So these things just happen so fast. So by staying at least a school bus length away, you really get to, you know, protect yourself as well as your family, and at the same time you can really observe the interactions because these are very, very social animals.
Yeah, they actually move around in groups. They hang out in groups.
Yeah, they do. They have bands, and the bands can be they're always have a stallion that is maintained, who's kind of the protector of the band, and then there are mares that are within that group, and there can be anywhere from, say, 3 in a band on up to sometimes 18. They've been really, really big bands.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for all of that. Can we talk about this now?
Sure, sure.
Tell me about this.
Yeah, so this is a skull that we use. We take this into classrooms. When we go into classrooms, we have them available for the public. And I always like to bring this along because it really shows kind of these animals, you know, people call them ponies. And you think about something sweet and kissable and lovable and cute. But these animals are powerhouses. You know, at a stallion's prime, it can be up to like 1,000 pounds. And in addition to having the muscles to kick and really injure, they've got these teeth right here that you see. And obviously the back teeth are designed for grinding and chewing. But those front teeth...
Those bad boys right there would do some damage, wouldn't they?
Exactly, exactly. So that's another reason, you know, when you look at them and they look like they have a really soft face and they're just super approachable, underneath those lips are those teeth, and those teeth can really cause a lot of damage. They're designed, as you can see with the canines, this is a stallion's head, stallion skull. Those canines are designed to rip and tear.
Oh boy.
And they don't, if you get in a tussle with a stallion, they're not thinking, oh, this is a person, let me go gentle. They're thinking, my job is to protect my mares, and I'm going to rip and tear. So it's really important to
And they
keep that in
also
mind.
use those teeth to get things that they want, and that is why you brought a cooler with you, because they are pretty savvy at getting in coolers, aren't they?
Yeah, the horses have learned through time that it's easy to bump a cooler. Knock this cooler over, the lid falls open. Not only does cold water fall out, but at the same time, you also might get some grapes or some apples or some other items.
I want to look at this.
Sure.
So what's with the...
So you have a strap on.
Yeah, so we're trying to really encourage people because the horses, they behave badly, and we're trying to really curb that behavior, but we can't recondition the horses without the help of the visiting public. So one of the things we're really asking people to do is get one of these straps. This is just a luggage strap.
Right.
We tie it onto the cooler, so when the horse comes and does what we call a campground raid or a beach blanket raid, when they come and knock this cooler open, there is no reward because it's closed shut.
It's not gonna
so there
open.
is no water, there are no grapes or apples or carrots that fall out of that. So ideally, the horse, we can almost retrain them if you think about it that way, and the fact that if they're not being constantly rewarded for their bad behavior, then some of that behavior will stop. Likewise, I brought my lunch bag, and this is just a regular old lunch bag, but the difference between this bag and say like a Walmart bag is it's got this zipper here on top. So they don't know how to open these zippers. But if you have a Walmart bag full of all of your goodies and things like that for the day, and the horse can just come and head goes right in, and then it's chow time. But if you just zip that closed, the horse might literally toss your lunchbox and nothing falls out, and because they're not rewarded, they're going to move right on.
They're going to quit doing it.
They're going to quit doing it. So we're really trying to encourage people proper food storage, whether they're camping or if they come for the day. It's all about this proper food storage because there's nothing worse than them ruining your picnic.
What is the one thing that you would like everybody to know about the ponies?
I think just the fact that we're really lucky to have them. I think they're a national treasure, and people come from all over the world. They read that book, Misty of Chincoteague, and that really brought them to a place that was magical and special, and we want to keep that feeling and that opportunity for people, and that's why we're so focused on horse safety and trying to encourage people to properly store their food so that we can have these magical moments with these horses that aren't behaving badly or acting up.
Yeah, and we are so lucky to have them. Thank you so much,
Thank
Kelly.
you.
Great information. And whether the horses are on the Virginia side or the Maryland side, one thing they have in common, they are all pretty wild. That means they need to be treated as such. The Pony Patrol on Assateague Island National Seashore acts as a buffer between people and horses. Members of the patrol know how to read the horse's body language and predict if those around them could be in danger.
The ponies are a big draw, of course, and you want people to be safe, but also enjoy them and not feel too limited in their experience with them, but in a safe way. And realizing that they are wild animals. I get that they don't really look like bison or bear, but they are wild. They have wild animal behaviors that are unpredictable, and you just try to keep everybody safe and happy and still have that experience, that personal experience.
Yeah, did you see that horse kicking? You don't want to be around that. Now, the Pony Patrol also spends a lot of time educating visitors about the ponies. Many members know the names and personalities of all 87 there on Assateague. Isn't that neat? It is amazing.